Hello, welcome to SMT Call. Today we are going to solve the day 19 of September LeetCode challenge. So today's problem name is sequential digits. Okay. So let's try to read the problem statement first. What they are saying here that we will be given two integer inputs. So basically one is the lower value or lower limit, and another one is the higher limit. Okay. And then we need to find out all the possible sequential digits between that limit, right? So you can see that for the first example, right, it's 100 and that is the lower limit and 300 is the upper limit. Okay, so in between we can have two digits where 1 2 3 and 2 3 4. These two numbers can be our actual result, because in 1 2 3 the number are sequential, right? So sequential means the first digit 1, second digit will be 2, that is plus 1 of the previous digits, and third digit will be 3, right? 1 2 3. And similarly for 2 3 4 also, 2 is the first digit, then plus 1 is will be 3, then plus 1 it will be 4, right? So here we can find two sequential digits here, right, or two sequential numbers, and we need to return those number as a result. Okay, so how we can solve it? And they also said that it can be a very large number also, right? The limit can be up to 10 to the power 9. Okay, that's a very large number. Okay, so how we can solve it? I think there are a couple of ways to solve it. The first thing what we can do, so suppose this is my lower digit, right, and this is my higher limit. So I can run one for loop and I can generate all the possible number in between this range, right? So it will start from 100, 100, 101 up to 300. So I will generate all the possible numbers. Then I will verify that I will pick one number at a time and I will verify is this number has sequential digits or not. If it is, then we are going to add that in our result array list, okay, or result list. If not, we will keep checking the other number. Okay, so this can be one approach, but the problem of this approach is, so you can see that in constraint they are saying that the higher limit can be up to 10 to the power 9, right? So we are going to generate all those possible number up to 10 to the power 9, right? So that's not a optimized solution, I think, because we need to generate all those number and we need to keep check all the number, right? So that can be one solution, but that's surely, using that solution we can get the answer surely, but that's not the optimized solution. Okay, so what can be our other option? So second option is what we can do. So I know that my sequential digit will start from 1 and it will go up to 9, right? So our sequential digit will start between this number only, right? It can be start with 1, it can be start with 2, and it will go up to 9, right? So I know this is fixed, right? So I can run one for loop between 1 to 9. Now I will probably run another for loop and I will pick the other digits. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, so what I was saying, that I will take one for loop, so it will run till 1 to 9. So suppose I pick 1, right? Now again I will run one for loop from 1 to 9 and I will keep adding those numbers. So initially my number will be 1, then I will find that my next number in this for loop, in the second for loop, right, it will be 2. So it will be 1 2. Then I will check is it in the given range or not. If it is not, then we will keep adding. So again I will find 1 2 3. Now I can see, okay, this is in our 100 and this is in the range of 100 to 300, right? So this can be one my solution or result. So I am going to add this in our list. Then we will keep going. So after that I will check that my next number will be 1 2 3 4. So in this case I can see, okay, it's exceeding our range, right? It's greater than 300. So we can break. Now again we will go back to here and we will pick the second digit. So now we will check all the number all the sequential number which will be start from 2. So again at first we will check 2 3, that is not in the range. Now we will keep moving. After that we are going to add 4, so it will be look like 2 3 4, and again I can see it is already in our range, right? So we are going to add it in our list. After that it will be 2 3 4 5. So again it's exceeding our range, it's greater than 300, right? So we can stop and we can then we can check for 3 and we can check up to 9. Okay, so using this we can solve it in optimized way. Okay, so in this second approach we are just generating all the numbers where we have sequential digits only, right? We are not generating the other numbers. After generating the sequential numbers, we are just checking that is it in the range or not. Okay, so this is the algorithm. So let's try to write code for this using this second approach only, right? So we are going to use Java today. Okay, so what I need to do at first, I need to declare one list, array list, right? Because we need to keep adding those number in the list and we need to return that, okay? So let's at first declare one array list first, okay? So let us declare one list of type integer. Since we are going to store integer number only, and let us name it as list only, and let us initialize this also. Okay, so now I think we don't need any other global any other variable at this time. So let's directly jump or write the for loop. Okay, so I am going to write one for loop or first for loop, and it will start from 1 only, right? Because we are not going to consider 0, and it will run till I less than equals to 10, right? Then I plus plus. After that, what I need to do, I need to I need another variable, right, to track this number, right? Initially it will be 1, then 2, then 3, right? But I need to keep stored those number in a variable, right? So let's declare that variable inside this for loop only, right? And whenever I am done with my second for loop, I need to reset it. So let's declare it as 0 only, right? So int next equals to 0. So initially it will be 0. Now whenever I will run the second for loop, I am going to update this next variable, okay? So let's do that. So again, I am going to take another for, and again it will now start from I only, right? So at first we will start from 1, then we will keep check for 2, right? We don't need to check the previous numbers. So obviously it will start from I, and it will j will be less than obviously 10 and j plus plus, okay? So now what I need to do next? Now I need to form this number, right? So initially it will be 1, then 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So we need to form. So how we can do that? So it's pretty simple, right? So our current next value is 0. So I will write this formula. So next into 10. Since it's a decimal number, we will, whatever my existing next value, I am going to multiply with 10, and whatever my current number or current digit, I am going to add that, okay? So it will be j, okay? So suppose initially it will be 0, 0 plus 1, it will give us 1. In the next time it will be 1 into 10, so 10 plus 2, it will be 12, okay? So like this it will go on, okay? So now after generating our next number, I need to keep check that is this number in this given boundary or not, right? So let's check that. If my number or next is greater than or equals to my low value, so here we are checking two things. So my next should be greater than equals to low, and next should be less than equals to high. If it is satisfying this condition, then we are going to add this in our result list, okay? So let's add it. So it should be list dot add, and we are going to add next number, okay? So now there can be another scenario, right? So suppose we found it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and it's out of range, then there is no need of keep running the second for loop and keep checking all the numbers, right, up to 9. So if I found that my next is greater than high, then we can break this for loop and write, and then we can go back to the earlier for loop, then we can check for number 2 also, okay? So let's write that. So else if my next is greater than high, then we can break the second for loop and go back to the first one, okay? I think that's pretty much, and at the end we need to return the result, okay? Or sorry, the list, okay? So now let's quickly run the code and check whether it's compiling or not, okay? Okay, I think it's giving us the expected answer for the first input. Now let's try to submit it and check whether it's accepted or not. Okay, I think it's throwing some error. So if you look at the error, it's saying that they are expecting our answer in sorted order, right? So our answers are correct, our numbers are correct, but this is not in sorted order. So probably we need to sort our list also, right? So let's do that. So we can use inbuilt collection.sort. Since we are using Java, it's inbuilt, and we can sort our list, okay? Okay, now our solution is accepted. So let's try to analyze the time complexity also. Here you can see it's getting 100% of Java submission, and if you try to analyze the time complexity, I think we are using nested for loops, but this for loop will not run based on our input length, right? Because it will run up to fixed 9 only, right? 1 to 9, okay? So but we are using collection.sort in the letter. So for sorting, we need at least order of n log n time. So I think the time complexity will be order of n log n here. I think that's pretty much for this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, and if you have still some doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.